Jurassic Park when you said thoracic.
I love
I'm
Jurassic
sorry.
I know, me too.
But I think thoracic is something medical, though.
I think so. Isn't thoracic something around your neck, maybe?
I think so. Yeah.
Like
It's this part right here.
Yeah, thorax.
Because I go.
Thorax?
I go
Thorax,
to
yeah.
That
the.
sounds like borax.
No, I go to the chiropractor and they work on that.
Thoracic.
Yes, it's across your shoulder from here.
How
Across
did we
your
get
chest.
there? I
The
don't know.
live on the major.
Can I say thoracic Thursday? Is that all right? Okay.
No, I don't think that's a good one. Try it.
Thunderous Thursday?
Okay.
Grilling Thursday.
Thankful Thursday. How's that?
Thankful Thursday.
Thankful Thursday.
Think through Thursday.
Right.
Think through. Say that. That's where I'm at. Think through, because this things ain't thorough.
Yeah.
You're listening to Wendy J. Turner. Good morning, Houston and surrounding continents. This is a new amazing 102.5 FM. It's your Do Good Through Good station. And Rise Up and Pray is a moment where we get together, start our morning on the upside. We rise up in our purpose. We rise up in our destiny. We rise up in prayer. And we do it together, for there's a commanded blessing in unity.
Amen.
Amen.
Shout out to the Hope Over Her family that's doing this together. What up, though?
Good morning.
Oh, the bird has
bird
extra
is-
food and chirping.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as you said upside, I thought about the upside of the mountain.
Oh,
No. I'm going
That's the first thing I thought about.
Downer.
Yeah, that's a that's an old Negro.
Do we love it to make it in? If you got to do that hard to go in and you going
Yes.
up all the
Come on,
time.
that's right. Something wrong
Like
with
we
that
talked about in
situation.
Bible
I
study.
agree.
What is it that is going on? God
Those
ain't
words-
testing everything. You
yeah.
putting yourself in situations.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Already I started?
Yeah, you
Talk to
started.
him, talk to him.
Good morning, Stephanie out of Virginia. Good morning, Caramel, who's in here right now. Rise Up and Pray is online. Guess what? You can catch us a few ways. Don't be scared. You're going to want to listen. If you're not calling and asking, they don't know you always
Ooh,
are
you
asking.
want to call in today, though.
Hold on. What's the number? What's the number, T?
832-685-1025.
Again, the number is
832-685-1025.
Again, the number is
832-685-1025.
832-685-1025. Tune in app.
Yes.
KMAZ app.
Yes.
And soon, well, it's another app will be able to be at your fingertips. But if you don't know, now you know. Hope Over Hurt has an app too, everybody. Let's clap.
Yeah.
You want to learn where you can serve over the weekend, different things that are going on, check the app out. I believe the calendar will be up for June. You will get to see what's going on. We're nonprofit, we're a prayer organization, and we just do the right things. And that's why Doing Good Through Good is where we're at. What is going on in the world, Bishop?
Ooh-wee. It was a late night for me. I didn't get to watch any TV. And
What is that? I haven't had
didn't
that
get a
in a
chance
week.
didn't even get a chance to do much reading. So, but, just happy to be here.
Okay. Wow. Let's clap. Happy.
Happy to be here. Excited to be here. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have nothing to report on the sports scene because I don't know what's going on. Oh, the Astros lost. Let's put it like that to the
That's
Cubs.
why she doesn't have anything to report.
Yeah, not yet. Anything good to report.
It's about that. It's really about that.
And Correa is out for what, 4 to 6 weeks?
46 weeks.
He has an injury from a massage.
What?
Quote unquote.
Alleged.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
well, he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, and they said because of a rib.
No, he said he broke a rib.
Yeah, from a massage.
Which, I mean,
Yeah, which is
A lot of
deep
pressure.
tissue massage for sure.
That's a lot of
But yeah, so
Wow.
I'm happy about
that wasn't a
that.
happy ending right there.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough,
No, he did.
I just want to say that was a perfect segue because in our Hope Over Her parking lot, my
Yeah.
sister, third time, it always is near her car, found a
What was I
full
supposed to
prescription bottle of Cialis
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
in the parking lot. We come out from praising the Lord,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden there's a bottle of Cialis. And if you don't know what that is for, folks, well, somebody want to break it to him? Merlene, what is the bottle of Cialis for?
Speaking to me.
A whole bottle with the
Whole bottle.
beige prescription
Oh
on it
my
and everything.
goodness.
What is that about?
I believe that bottle is for penis enhancement. And I
Okay, she
usually
went
don't
straight to
say
the word.
penis at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
You said it at midnight?
I'm about to say when do you say it?
When do you say it?
What's that leaning
Never.
tower? They go from time pizza to Eiffel Tower.
Okay, yeah.
About
Yeah.
35,
Oh, is that what it does?
40 minutes.
Oh,
It takes that long?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
He's guessing
that was a
there.
good way to come out
He
that
came out of real fast.
Come out, wherever you are. So he said leaning tower.
To the tower.
To the Eiffel
The Eiffel Tower. Alrighty then.
My heart
Never
hurts.
heard of that. That's
Well,
unusual.
let's go ahead and say, I'll say male impotency.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you had to, you wanted to just try that
She
word
went
out
straight
on the
at
old
The whole
church.
thing.
Erica, what do you think about the fact we keep finding things like this where we worship?
You know, it's honestly, it's a. I can't even just put my hands on it.
Don't.
You know,
That was
sorry.
quick.
But you know, I'm
Gotta
gonna let
give
you make
it
it on
in,
that
brother.
one because I did kind of open that door for that one. So I'm gonna let you make it.
Okay, actually.
Right, I did. I
Unlock
did.
the
Kay
door.
unlocked the door, you just
Yeah.
stepped right on in.
Yeah.
Go to the draft.
But you know, honestly, I really
trap.
feel like, you know, it
Oh, God.
that area,
Mm-hmm.
it's
What's the-
big on sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Man.
And that's something that we have been praying about
Right.
and just really just having one with God about like, Lord, you know, show us what we need to do
Right.
Yep.
as far as getting out and serving and actually ministering to people like
To
that.
eradicate
Right.
that stuff.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, because it's not cool at all.
No, it's
I'm
not.
just-
It's not cool. And see, what was so funny is we were having a conversation at that moment when she found the bottle. She didn't know that. We were still in the building talking about
Yeah, I
it.
was in the
And
parking
you must
lot.
understand, any kind of dancing, creative dancing, stripping, and whatnot usually has a connection to sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
So please understand, it's not that you're just going to see an innocent dance when you go to lunch clubs and dance clubs or you know, men's clubs like that or gentlemen's clubs. There is usually a component, and we know this, where you can go to another room for additional fee. But a lot of these females are either there by their own, commission of the crime or the act, or sometimes they're doing it by force.
Yeah.
And so either way, there's some type of sexual trafficking component to it. So it's not just fun entertainment. Please understand, this is a subject that can't stay light. Amen. And it's one of the ones that we fight for heavy around us. So shout out to all of those who are making a difference in the world of sex trafficking. Jacqueline Aludo,
Yes.
RBRW,
Catherine McGibbons.
Catherine McGibbon,
Yes.
we've had on here before,
Yes, yes,
right? And
yeah.
also our sister, oh God, her name is leaving me, Kathy Griffin,
Oh, yes, absolutely, Catherine Griffin.
in the city of Houston. So guess what?
What?
I want to just do one sound. Oh, hold on. We've got the other
Yeah.
ones that just come on in. Oh, they just strolling. Have you
Shalonda
ever been at
2 days in a
church
row.
before or at any moment where people walk in real proud at about 10 minutes past? They try to miss part of the worship.
Okay.
I come in 30 minutes later every day.
I do have something I do want to share, though.
Yes.
I just want you guys
Hold on. Don't be proud of that, by the way.
to be aware that everybody's pulling out of the Malia Davis case.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Cornell
yeah.
X is
Saw that,
pulled
saw
out.
that, saw that,
Why?
saw that.
The attorney, because they believe that they're not being truthful. Cornell X says the mother knows
Yes.
there's something
sure.
Yes.
there.
From jump.
Yes, and the attorney for the stepfather, he's pulled out as well. He's asked to be removed from the case as well. So it's all coming to light. It's just a matter of time.
Wow.
It's-
And the good thing is that we will say very soon in June, I believe, we're looking at the date for our forum for
Sure.
empowerment on law enforcement. We have been already in
So it's
talks
June, good.
with Audia Jones running for DA, so it's super exciting. So okay, I love that. Hold on, her shirt says, I'm sorry, if you're watching it,
Irregardless.
you won't see the other way, but God, she's right.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
listening to the new Amazing 102.5 FM, and here we are on Rise Up and Pray, having a good time as we pray, meditate, and deal with the just insanity around me, the malarkey.
The leader of insanity is the one that's
Yay, it's me! Okay, so her shirt says, irregardless is not a word.
come on now.
Let's clap, everybody.
Talk to 'em.
If you, let's be honest, truth moment, if you ever said it before knowing because you thought it sounded good,
Sure.
and you thought it was a good, proper way, you added an extra flair to that enunciation, and you did it when you were really in the moment of indignancy, and you said, irregardless. If you ever did it, go ahead, come to the altar of confession. It's okay, the door is open. Look,
It's like a double negative on it, isn't it? Because regardless is what it actually means.
is re is in
Yeah, it's like,
irregardless. Yeah,
it's
but,
like you're
but just y'all, nobody else admitted it but me.
I did. I wrote.
Okay,
I raised
I've
my
said
hand.
it, irregardless,
Yeah,
and you do it
irregardless.
like you mean it, like an
Yeah.
extra
Yeah, you
snap.
shake your head now.
And you just as wrong
Yeah.
as English could be. Don't forget, everybody, make sure you're downloading Hope Over Hurt's app. Say app.
App.
Say what?
App.
Hope Over Hurt. It's a black and white little app. We love it, and more shall come from it.
Ooh wee. Yeah, that's
Oh, God.
Read it this morning.
Oh, God.
We send our prayers to San Salvador, El Salvador. There was an earthquake this morning. Preliminary magnitude of 6.6. The epicenter was about 17 miles southeast of Lalibi.
Yes.
And
That's a couple-
Please write this down.
4 hours.
Yeah, I think
Please
they
write.
had.
Welcome in all that are here, but guess what? I know a few people are here with us. Let's try to lighten it up because Lord knows we have a few things to add to the prayer call today. And I will be doing that on our break. But first, get the app, get on YouTube, subscribe, please.
Please.
Hope Overheard Nation is where you can find full content and see everybody in the house. We can't get it. I can't read your comments and love on you because the screens are too far away, and that's just difficult if you're on social media. But you can listen on the app. Give them to you, T. What are the apps?
The app is our app.
KMAZ?
Oh yes, KMAZ TuneIn app as well. Amazing1025fm.com.
That's how you can hear us.
Yes. That's
All
how
right?
You can hear us.
You
Yes,
can hear us.
yes.
But guess what's coming up? I'm so excited. Can I make what is the new song? People don't do this one anymore. Maybe they do. Hoop, hoop. So in-house we have David Rex Roach with Rex Berry Events.
give her a couple
Let's
coffee.
everybody let's clap.
Good morning.
No, that's not good enough. We love David. Let's really clap. Woo! David is with Rex Berry Events. He is not just a hoot, because that's what I told everybody. He's going to be a hoot, but he's not just a hoot. He's a heart giver. He's, oh my God, the way we met him
I
was
was
just
gonna tell
bananas.
yeah,
You got to tell the
yeah.
story.
Well, I mean, it was perfect. You were leading right into it, but it was the fact that we were just there,
Yeah.
and he just brought in some flowers
Yeah.
to the office.
To Hope Overheard, he just showed up.
Showed up with some flowers.
Pretty flowers.
And he kept bringing flowers.
He kept bringing flowers.
He didn't do it once. He
No.
He didn't do it twice.
No.
It just kept coming.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Yeah.
And I
fresh,
love
real live flowers. The ones that are,
Beautiful.
they're not cheap.
lilies and roses and stuff
Yes.
with beautiful. And he left the glass.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Well, we finally got a chance to meet him.
Yeah, you met him first.
Yeah, I met him first.
Yes.
And I said, I got to introduce you to my sister. I said, I would definitely let her know what you've been doing. And it's evolved since then. Now we've actually done an event with David. And
Well, wait, before then,
Before then.
somebody decided in Hope Overheard they met after 4 months.
They got married.
And they gonna get married.
Yes.
So we had our first wedding in Hope Overheard.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what happened then
Okay.
was that we didn't have any flowers or boutonniere.
That's right.
We didn't have a cake. We didn't have a budget.
Yeah.
This couple was just a couple trying to redo their whole life, get their whole life.
Uh-huh.
And so HOA was like, we'll figure it out. This brother came and decided, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say he did it, he did it with, I mean, 3 feet arrangements with columns, boutonnieres,
That's right.
flowers for the cake.
But Ellen
And he
Ed.
did it for free.
Yeah.
Because he knew no one had it to do it, but they wanted to get married.
Amen.
Y'all, I know, what would you value that, honestly? That would have
Oh
been,
gosh, probably around $1,500 in flowers.
Wow.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very fun.
and
Yeah.
you came, but you had already done a major event in Houston.
Yep.
You showed up after getting off at like 2:30 in the morning, I
Yep,
remember.
we were back up at 8, I think.
You were
Early
there,
on
yeah.
early
And he
in the
came
morning.
to bring the arrangements to us that morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You all, this is Brother David Rexrow with Rex Berry Events.
Actually, you know what connected us is I was walking by you guys, your storefront, and you were doing a thing for breast cancer.
Oh,
And I saw
okay.
like all you had the pink carpet in there, you had all this stuff going on, and I went upstairs and I was talking to my business partner Sean, and I said, you know, we've got all these flowers. I said, let's take them down and surprise them with them because it just happened to be pink. It was like it was meant to be.
Yes.
So that's what connected us the first time was
That's
actually the
right.
breast cancer event that you guys were doing.
And we kept those flowers for a long
A
time.
long time. We did.
We moved
oh
them
my
around.
God.
And what we call it at Rexbury, we call it flower bombing.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is after a weekend of an event, especially if it's something where we've got a lot of flowers coming back, we will take those either to like one of the nursing homes, like
Beautiful.
the Forum or one of those places, and just cheer people up. We don't let anybody know we're coming. Sometimes it may be a client, sometimes it may be a nonprofit.
Wow.
But we will just show up with flowers, drop them in people's offices, drop them in their rooms if it's a nursing home or something, and just cheer people up.
Man.
I love it.
You know, and
I
we
can't stand to see them go in the trash.
No, I can't
You know,
either.
it just
Yeah.
makes it sad.
it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they know with anything in our office that's living, I don't
Yeah.
just throw it away.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It has to be true
Sean is
dead.
the same way.
Yeah.
He will take a rose if it's snapped off too short. He will put it in a little vase and just let it sit.
'Cause it's still
and I'm like,
fine
why are
for
you
life."
keeping that one flower?
Because it's alive still. It's like putting something in there
Yep,
that's still
exactly.
alive.
He said he just can't do it.
Me either. And that's how I feel about creation, right?
Amen.
So you're with Rexbury Events. So guess what? Let me go ahead. Does this song even work anymore? Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
Yep.
Do people do that?
A lot of people still want the traditional wedding, and they'll do that.
What
A
is
lot
that
of people-
called?
It's the wedding march.
Oh.
Yeah, the wedding
Okay, so you are, listen, if you're watching in, we're about to talk about all things love and the stuff you bridezillas are out there doing for real on Rise Up and Pray. Because we're about to pray for you to get your whole life back together.
Yeah.
Amen? Okay, what, David, where can we go today? Because you came ready. You were on time. You rolled in with
I
production.
did. I was ready.
You have a towel and your cologne.
There you
You were
go.
ready, and I was so excited to have them. So you're extremely creative.
Yes.
Why events?
You know, it's funny. The way that we kind of stumbled into this business is I've always been creative. I worked in retail for years. I worked for Neiman's. I worked for Macy's, doing different visual projects. And when the economy got tough, I found myself with no job one day.
Wow.
A good friend of mine that I will owe this to forever, Daryl Murchison, just happened to run into me on a Friday, said, you know, how's work going? I said, well, as of 5 o'clock, it's non-existent. And he like slapped the table and said, oh my God, this is a sign from God.
Wow.
Come and see me on Monday.
Wow.
I've been to your home. I know how you design. I've been to your parties. I know how you entertain. You're a natural for this. Walked in on that Monday. He handed me a stack of folders, literally about 2 feet high. Said, these are your events. Get familiar with your clients. Call, introduce yourself, and good luck.
Was it the event planner?
Yeah, he owned an event company.
Wow.
Owned an event company.
Amazing.
And I knew nothing about the industry. I knew nothing. I
Wow.
knew design. I
Right.
knew what I thought was beautiful.
Right.
And it just kind of transcends everything. You know, it just kind of fell into place.
Beautiful.
My first bride was one of my favorites to this day. We did her wedding at Hotel Zaza.
Wow.
She had no idea. I knew nothing about what I was doing. I just stepped in and winged it. and we're still friends to this day. She's
they
on
must-
baby number 2 now.
Isn't that something?
You develop friendships with these people
Sure.
because you're with them for a year planning. So
Yeah.
you become
Wow.
part of the family. You become their go-to person. So
Yeah.
I watch new babies. I do baby showers. I do anniversaries. You know, so you get to see people evolve
Yeah,
through
evolve
life
through
and
life.
how things happen.
You know what I wish? This is when I wish we had a big visual screen because his work
Oh, yeah.
is like
Yeah.
y'all don't understand. You have somebody in here that's on a whole other level. Some of your budgets range anywhere from.
Oh gosh.
Oh, don't talk about our budget. It was like $300.
No. You know what though? Every event we do, no matter what the budget, is just as beautiful as the last one.
Can I get one re-up? You know it was
Because
bad.
it's-
We had 3 up like it was bad.
Hey, you know what? It turned out beautiful.
It did.
didn't
It did.
Yeah, with
It
the
really
drape
did.
and the
Sure.
lighting and everything, it was perfect.
Yes.
But you
definitely.
go on bigger scales.
We go on bigger scales. I did
Real
one over
big.
the holidays that was close to 600 guests. Harry Potter theme wedding at the Bell Tower on 34th.
Wow.
And it was a big
600
one.
guests at the Bell Tower.
At the Bell Tower.
What does that run someone versus the coin?
You know, I don't really know the catering and the venue and all of that stuff, but I would guess this was probably close to a $250,000 wedding when they got done.
Wow.
I hope they stay together.
These two are meant to be,
Amen.
and the family's amazing. I've become great friends with the family.
Wow.
I know that's
They're
right.
just a
Become great
really
friends with the
good
$250,000 wedding budgets. I mean,
That's what's up.
I just didn't know.
But you know, I mean, we do $2,000 budgets too that are just as beautiful.
Really?
It just depends
Yes.
on that particular client.
Sure.
The thing we pride ourselves in is that we sit with the bride and really pull out the information that makes it unique for them.
Okay,
So
how many years have you been in business with this?
we're going into our 4th year as Rexbury.
Okay.
In the event industry and wedding industry overall, we're right at around 12 years.
12 years in.
Yeah.
Brides, wanting to be brides, thinking about being a bride, anything else.
Yes.
You want to listen in. Before we go anywhere else, let's take a quick break. Give it to me with, I'm looking at Evan and Evans. Can I get that one in? Let's go ahead and listen to a little bit of this one. Be All Right here on Rise Up and Pray. Wendy J. Turner, Hope Overheard. Do you have the app? Get Hope Overheard. Oh, what is it? Hope Over Her app. Take a quick break. You'll get to say hello to our guest. We're going to turn these cameras around
And be ready to dial in.
and
y'all.
get ready to dial in. He is ready for your questions. He's looking so forward to breaking bread with us this morning.
Amen.
You're listening here on the New Amazing 102.5 FM. All right. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, you're wonderful. And you're still on. So that one is Amazing 102.5's camera. Wave in.
Okay.
That one is Hope Over Her Nation. Wave in. And this is Instagram and Facebook. So what we're going to do, we're about to figure this out. And I'm going to try to make sure I can see them. Hey, ladies. Y'all got some good questions for him, I hope. I want to know what y'all really think about what's too much. Like, look, what's going over. I mean, things that you see on, because so many Instagram weddings,
I know.
you know,
And
are they
Pinterest.
streaming weddings now?
And Pinterest.
Yeah, and that whole Pinterest. I got a question. Yep, it's
Okay. Fake allergies.
I always tell brides, you know, they'll come in and they'll be like, I found this on Pinterest, I want this. And I'll go, no, you don't. And they're like, why? I'm like, because somebody already did that, obviously, in the picture. Why do you want something somebody already did? Show me 5 pictures you like, and let's pull it together and do something nobody's seen.
oh, I see. And when I see pictures, because always stuff they say, do it yourself. You can't.
Have you seen the thing called fail?
say hi.
It shows like what it
Don't
looks
turn it,
like,
don't turn
and
it.
then
No, I'm
what
not.
yours turned out like.
Yeah, that'd be
Back it up.
Every time you move, I gotta make sure I can see their face.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
So you got 'em good.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
of
that's
just
better.
Working, yeah. So, you know,
But that's my thing
I can
about
see
Pinterest
Rex.
is
I
like,
can see David.
it can be
Should I lower it?
his best friend or worst enemy, because if
No.
somebody's got that set, then I just,
like
I
really
can
high
see it
up.
real quick and
Doesn't
see,
have to
don't
be.
want what somebody
Yeah,
else
no.
did. You know, and the brides will
This
be like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, bring this
I
to
can't.
y'all just
Okay,
a
so
little bit.
do brides ask now to Instagram their wedding?
I haven't really seen anybody do live because it is kind
Pivot
of
that
a personal
back-
thing
pivot
still.
back like
It's
this.
okay and stuff. But
People
there's,
do it.
There's been a couple of showy ones out there that are all about the bling
Social
and being
media.
out on social media and getting in the magazines.
There you
and
go.
all
There
that.
we go. Okay, pull it closer in.
See, so this is what I want to know.
Thank you so much.
I want to know if y'all willing to ask some questions. I see these are things I don't even know the language anymore. Do y'all want to get on and ask questions? Can we pull a chair around? Let's join in and make this conversation for all you women. And I think V is one of them. I want to know what y'all thinking about being brides, and I gotta see that again.
It's good.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
This is really good. Wedding trends, what's going
that
on,
was a
my
good question.
color and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm curious.
And then do's and don'ts and budgeting. That's a really
Yeah,
good
because
one.
I was just doing that.
40
Question,
seconds.
grab my chair and just throwing questions. You all
40
you know,
I won't
seconds.
say it for nobody though.
Are you saying no?
She's saying no.
Yeah, this should be.
You want to bring your
Erica Chambers asked if it was real flowers or
quicker,
silk
bro.
flowers.
less than 20.
She's like allergic
If
to
they're real or if
flowers.
they're silk.
I'm always out here.
You know this.
Well, you've met me in the winter, so I always
Yeah.
have something
10
on my
seconds.
Yeah, fresh shave this morning.
He shake his head just for us.
You know,
I did.
See,
Yes.
Hold on just a second. Hold on.
this is going to be interesting.
4
too.
seconds. Let's
All right. And you're listening to the new amazing 102.5 FM. It's your Do Good Through Good station. This is Rise Up and Pray. I'm Wendy J. Turner, in here with the Hope Over Hurt family, because love
Is our arsenal.
And it is. And bang, bang. Don't forget, have you uploaded our Hope Over Hurt app? It's only going to get better. Make sure you get it. It's free. You can get it on your Google Play Store or on Apple iTunes. We love it. Make sure you're listening in, because the questions are about to get real up in this cap. Not just for ladies, but brothers, you want to get hitched too.
Why is it the men don't, engage in the process?
You would be surprised how many do.
Oh, it's a
I've
good
had
thing.
quite a few grooms that are
Okay.
all about it. They
Okay.
want every detail. They want to be in every meeting. They want to know what's going on.
Probably
at the
watch the
table.
budget is what they're
Yeah,
doing.
But you know,
We're gonna have
here's the
You
deal.
want what?
Usually it's the bride's parents that are paying, so they're not so worried about the
Isn't that
budget.
Said a $250,000 wedding. I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be good too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Can I just hello?
Yeah, that's deep right there.
Okay, so wait. There are questions all around. One lady just typed in. We ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. It feels like, but we love you. She asked the question:
Are they real flowers or silk
Are they
flowers?
real or are they silk?
Okay, well,
Ooh.
there are people that do silk flowers, and we have a kind of a little rule about it.
Okay.
I love fresh flowers. I love
Yes.
the fragrance. I tell the brides the room should smell as beautiful
There
as
you
it looks.
Yes.
I'm all about all the different senses, so I want it to sound beautiful, smell beautiful, look beautiful.
Right.
Everything needs to be beautiful.
Have you ever
But-
made silk flowers
But I
work?
have done silks, and our rule is if you can touch the flowers, they have to be fresh. Now, if they're up on the altar and you're wanting to do, kind of save on the budget and do a bigger look, you can incorporate some silks in there and then just do pops of fresh. You know, but that's the rule of thumb. If you can touch the flowers, they need to be fresh.
That's good.
Oh my God, that's good. And I never thought about it. Far away, you can
Yeah,
add
yeah.
in silk for budget. That's
Silk orchids, phalo orchids, things like that look beautiful. You cannot tell the difference.
That's good. That's good.
Somebody asked a question, but I can't read all of it. It says on Facebook, how much do you, and I don't know what you're saying on the full question. Give us one more, hit the blue. And so we can make sure we're getting that question.
How much do you think an average wedding costs? I'm saving up now.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is a really good question.
They're in another region
And-
though. They're in
and-
Virginia.
Okay, all right, but this kind of goes, it's kind of across the board. When you think about the cost of a wedding, think price per person, all right? Because at the end of the day, the guest count is the driving factor.
Exactly.
The more people you have at your wedding, the more tables you have to have, the more centerpieces you have to have, the more
Right.
linens you have to have,
Right.
right? So when you're we'll talk budget a little bit now real quick too. So while you're at it, whenever you're planning your budget, think about how many people, everybody wants to invite everybody, but at the end of the day, do you need to invite your second cousin's best friend's girlfriend?
Come on, man.
You don't need all of those people.
Right.
So if you reel it in.
Wait, what?
I need them to see me. I'm invited.
Exactly.
She said so she's saying invite her because the bride
They
gets
can see the
fame.
pictures.
Instagram.
Right,
They can
right.
see the pictures.
You don't have to feed them to get
I was
to
about
see
to
the
say, I'm not
pictures,
gonna feed
right?
Come through.
That's right.
So kind of keep that in mind, all right? So average price per person, if you're talking a beautiful linen on the table, seated dinner with a charger, with a beautiful centerpiece, this would be all inclusive, talking about like all of the flowers that you would need. I would say anywhere from $55 to $65 per person. Per person.
Hold on, so 10 people.
Right.
10 people.
That's
See,
what I
but see, that's the
said.
thing. You set
yeah.
you set a number,
Yeah.
and then you meet that number.
Yeah.
And we did just that.
Yeah.
We said 100 and nothing above 100.
Us in the hood.
And
Right? There you go. There you go.
that's what we
But, you know,
did.
and I talked to them too about like their bridesmaids and stuff like that. That's a huge addition.
Sure.
I've got one particular bride that wants all of her college friends. She's trying to be budget conscious, but she's got 12 bridesmaids.
Oh,
It's
that's
like,
not smart.
you know,
That's not smart.
maybe they become house party and they get a small wristlet and they sit on the front row. They don't necessarily everybody have to stand with you.
Exactly.
And that way nobody gets mad if you cut them all out except for the maid of honor. Then nobody gets mad,
That's
right?
good.
You don't
That's
have to
good.
pick a number. So just things like that are always the driving factor. So think about your guest count, how many people in your wedding party. But on average, it's 65. I mean, it can go on up. I did one wedding that was $650 a person.
I'm sorry. So they had one person invited.
no,
I couldn't take my coffee in.
They had 400 guests. What? So,
Hold on, give me a calculator. Give me a calculator. 650 times.
yeah,
400.
yeah.
What's the number on that? Tanya, you doing the
I'm
counts on
trying to
this?
get to it. I'm trying to get to it.
Meanwhile, we have another question while I'm getting my number to go ahead.
Now, I will say that wasn't when I was at Rexberry. That was when I was at another company before. So Rexberry didn't get the opportunity to do that big one, but I did participate in that wedding. But that was the number for it. It was around $650 a person.
Look,
Wait, how many people?
400.
$260,000.
Jesus. We're in the wrong business.
Yep.
Right.
What's the question here? We have a
Decorations,
question.
Flowers in the wedding planners.
But this particular person, you think what could they possibly have spent on that? This was on a private ranch. They wanted a tent built out at the water where they had a private lake.
That's it.
It was on an embankment, so there had to be scaffolding to level the tent.
Do you hear this?
So
Real
all
talk
of
right
those
there.
things. So we basically built the venue on their property, and then
Oh, you
added
said it was
all
on
the
their
decor.
property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
it right
So
there.
it
Right
would have
there.
been more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already have it.
So
Yeah.
Wow, so you had to
Basically
just
build
whenever,
the
yeah,
tent.
build the tent.
So that's
Yeah.
subcontracting in.
yeah,
Other
You had to
than-
bring in
we bring
contractors.
all of those people in. We layer in all that stuff.
Beautiful.
I think it was 750 tons of air conditioning. Then you have to carpet it. then
Wait,
you
say
have
that
to
again, right
drape
here.
it.
700 what?
750 tons of air conditioning
Wow.
because it was in the summer and
You
it
have to
was
think
hot.
of everything when
Yeah,
it comes
you have to
to
think
off
of
campus type.
every
Yeah,
detail.
yeah. Wow.
In a tent wedding. So
Oh
That's
my
so
God.
meticulous.
You have listen to this. Are y'all? I hope y'all are enjoying this. Is
That
fun.
is so
Question for
meticulous.
David.
Okay, David.
Question is, do you travel? Can you come to Canada then to Zambia?
Wow.
Oh.
That's an excursion, right?
Right.
We do destination
Consulate.
weddings as well. I've done a wedding as far away as Spain. I worked with a good friend that had a sister that was getting married over there, and we went over and kind of managed that part of it for them. So we do travel.
Wow.
No, we usually keep the travel in Texas, which like Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin,
Yeah.
San Antonio, Houston.
Sure.
But we had booked a wedding up
Yeah.
in Memphis.
Yeah.
So we do travel around,
That's
and
good.
we have been abroad. So that's not out of the question. It just has to be worked into the budget.
Yeah.
Oh, budget. There's that
There you
word.
go. That's
Yeah.
word.
I don't know what that. Okay, so if you have a question,
Mm-hmm.
okay, go for it.
okay, so during the break we were talking about Pinterest, right? So I have my dream board on
Oh,
Pinterest. I told you about
Lord.
going
All right,
down
yeah.
that rabbit hole.
Yep.
So honestly though, right? You have your dream wedding and
Right.
what you envision. What are some things to consider to stay in the reality of a
Yep.
wedding and still make it nice and make it special?
So we're going to touch on Pinterest for a minute.
Oh, God.
Like we said, that can
Hip.
be a
How do I
designer's
cut
best
back?
friend. It can also be a designer's worst enemy.
I can imagine.
What I tell brides when they walk in is if they show me a picture and say, I want this, and it's a picture on Pinterest, I say, no, you don't.
I have
There you
mine
go,
already
Wait,
right
set
there.
up.
Yeah, right
David,
there.
you have
There
like
go.
4 or 5 women in here
I know.
right now
I know.
that have their boards.
Like I have one.
Exactly.
you
So you don't, and I'll say, no, you don't. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Yes, I do.
It's been
I'm
Yes.
like, why do
10
you want
years.
something somebody already did?
Right.
That's good.
So-
That's good.
So
Be you.
show me, if it's a bouquet, show me 5 bouquets. Show me what you like about each one, and let's do something custom that nobody's seen,
Oh, that's
right?
That is dope.
Right, so,
That's sharp.
so that's kind of how we navigate through Pinterest.
That's smart.
And people will show me their boards, and there will be everything from like a European classic wedding to an ultra modern, you know, and it's like those two live in different worlds. So how do we take aspects of each one, bring it together, and do something custom for that bride?
When you walk into your studio, you
Yeah.
have colors of drapings,
Uh-huh.
different material, fabrics, flower ideas, facings. Like
Right.
it's an experience going in.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right? What's trending right now? What are brides doing?
Well, what's trending, and I don't know, a lot of people don't know what Pantone is. I don't know if you've heard of Pantone.
No.
Okay, Pantone selects a color for the year. All right, it's a company that selects a color. It's an entity that says this particular color is going to be hot for this year. It transcends into home fashion, fashion that you wear, home goods, everything from flower color to weddings to any event. So the color this year is coral.
Oh, it's almost going back to the 80s when it was
So-
turquoise and
Yes.
mauve.
Exactly. Well, this one is
Yes.
coral,
Love coral.
and it's from everything from like the flame red coral to orange to peach to all of those different colors with greenery. So,
Like t-shirts.
so if we had to pick a color, then that would be like the hot color, trending color for
Did
the season.
anyone know that and so who is Pantone and why do they get to choose?
They're, they've been around forever, and it's a company that I'm not sure when they actually started, what year it started, but it's been around, and they've selected a color every year.
So they just say, today we'll wake up
Yeah.
and it's coral.
Yeah, this one's going to trend, and it'll vary. You know, different shades of mauve come around a lot. Different shades of blush come around. They're really hot.
So mauve and blush are different?
When we did, yeah, they are.
See how, yeah. Hold on.
Mauve has a little more gray in it. Blush is more of a pinky color.
Teach me.
But blush can also be a flesh tone color, so it just depends on what your idea of blush is. Yeah, we had a wedding one time that the bride said, I want blush. And I said, okay, so we ordered all the flowers in blush.
It was
Built
right.
all the wedding,
That's not what
took
she
it to the venue, and she's like, I hate those flowers, they're pink. And I'm like, you said you wanted blush. And she goes, but that's not the color blush I wanted. So
Wow.
we ended up pulling all the
right.
pink flowers and getting ivory and tinting them blush to make sure that it was right.
Wait a minute. This is one of these questions I have. So wait, we know the trend colors is coral and patterns of green.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you add anything with that? Is it silver or do
you know,
you
it
throw
just
another color in?
Gold
Gold?
works great with coral.
Okay.
Think about they're kind of live in the same family.
Okay.
So gold, like gold votives, charger plates, all your hard goods would be gold, is what I would
I'm like,
suggest.
did y'all agree with this, ladies? Is this what's working?
Navy would look for your
Yes.
table linens. Navy looks beautiful with oranges and corals and things like that.
Wow, I never
Really
would
pretty.
have put those
Yeah.
together.
Navy, coral,
Wow.
ivory. I mean, and
Yes.
think about, we just did a big wedding down in Galveston at the Bryan Museum, and it was navies and corals and things like that. So
What color
beautiful
did they
color.
wear?
She wore antique white. The bridesmaids were all in a kind of a deep coral color,
Uh-huh.
really, really beautiful. So it turned out really great.
Now back up. You mentioned something here, and that blew my mind. The day of the wedding,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
the bride didn't like the
Oh,
flowers.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
That
What
can
time
happen.
was the wedding?
Fortunately, I've only had that happen a couple of times where
That's
things
good.
didn't turn out the way they want. But in this business, you know, you always have a backup plan. You know what happens in the case that something doesn't go as you planned it. So
What
So-
it was the day of?
it was a day of.
What,
Yeah.
Did she have a lot of flowers?
And actually, it was in Dallas too. So we had
Wow.
traveled up to Dallas to do this wedding. We got there, and she's
Blush
like, "Those flowers are
roses.
pink. I don't like them."
When you took them out,
The centerpieces were done.
Wow.
She said, "Oh my God, those are Pepto-Bismol pink. I don't want that. That's not what I thought. I want light pink."
what time was this wedding? How much time did you have to
we,
fix
we
it?
had about 6 hours
That's
to fix
good.
it.
That's not what you have to find. You have to know a florist, I would
Yeah.
think. You have to. You said you had
source
to
the
tint
flower.
them.
We went and we bought every ivory rose we could get our hand on, and there's a spray tint you can do on flowers, and we tinted them ivory. I mean blush to go ahead.
You
and
went
make sure-
somewhere to spray.
Yeah, yeah,
Where?
yeah. Which is out back. This was at a private residence too.
This is the stuff
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
go through
Yeah.
behind. What is one of the stories that you can say as most comedic? When are you a hero?
Okay, this one you'll love this story.
Okay.
So-
Is this romantical?
It's
Not yet.
romantic, but it's really kind of it's funny as well.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I had this bride that was getting married out at Dos Brisas, which is the outskirts of Houston on the way to Austin. This whole wedding ceremony, everything was about this 100-year-old oak tree out on the property. She wanted to get married under the tree. The tree was on her invitation. It was all about the tree.
Oh God.
So I said, so what happens for your backup plan? What if it's raining? You're getting married in October. We know what Octobers are like in Houston.
Houston,
The
yeah.
fronts start to come down and the weather can be crazy,
Yes,
right?
Yes, okay.
And this is out in kind of a hilly part of the country. So she's like, I'm not going to even think about that. I don't want to think about a backup plan. And I was like, you have to think. And she was like, I just know that's not going to happen. The weather won't do that to me. I was like,
Bless
okay.
your heart.
I know, right?
Bless your whole heart.
So 3 days before, we find out 80% chance of rain. I call her, I said, what are we going to do? And she goes, I don't even care now. I'm so mad. I don't even care. Just talk to my mother. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
I'm a bridezilla at that
So,
moment.
and she wasn't a bridezilla.
Okay,
She
bless
just
God.
shut down.
Shut
totally.
down, okay.
So I meet the mother out there.
At the
and
tree.
At the venue.
Oh,
At
okay.
Dos Brisas, at the tree.
Okay.
And we're looking around, and I talked to the venue, and I'm like, what is that building over there? And that's our equestrian center. And I was like, oh, let's go look in there. She goes, you could never have a wedding in here. The dirt is, 2 feet deep. It's loose dirt.
Full of horse
for the
manure.
horses and all that. I said, so what would it take to clean this place up
Yes.
and get it ready for a reception to happen in here? And she goes, we can make it happen. So they cleaned. We brought in staging and built a floor, a subfloor in there.
Just build a tree.
We wait, it gets good. So we put the subfloor in. We draped the inside of the equestrian center. We hung these huge wrought iron chandeliers from the ceiling. Modern tables. The black and white check dance floor. It was gorgeous. All right.
I bet.
So Sean and I are out walking. Walking the warehouses and stuff. Again, this is when we worked at the place before Rexberry.
Sure.
All right. We're walking the warehouse, and we have a lot of proppy stuff at this company. And I was like, that looks like a tree trunk.
Come
Does
on.
it look like a tree trunk to you? And Sean goes, looks like a tree trunk to me. So then we start digging some more, and we find this framing that has these branches that go out. But it's iron. It's like, what do you call it? Rebar. Okay?
Right.
Wow.
So what happens is the rebar stand goes down, the tree trunk slides over it, and then you use cherry laurel branches, real tree branches,
Sure.
and zip tie them to the arms to build a tree.
Wow.
Do you hear what he's going
So this is 2 days before the wedding. We're working around the clock, literally
course.
not sleeping,
Literally, yes.
not sleeping.
That's
So
real good.
So the day of the rehearsal dinner, the day before the wedding, we've had the venue, because there's so much property out there, go and cut all of these tree branches down for us and put them into big trash buckets filled with water so that they don't die, and line them up down the side of the venue.
I see that is.
So I get out there for the rehearsal dinner. The bride pulls me aside and she goes, "What are these people doing?" She's like, "Why are they clearing land on the day before my wedding? What is all that trash?" And I was like, "Oh, don't worry. You just go have your rehearsal dinner and everything will be fine." She had no clue
idea.
no clue until
my,
she
my.
walked into the door, and there was the tree built in the center of the dance floor. It was a win-win.
Yeah.
It
Did
was-
she cry?
Oh, she burst into tears. Me and Sean were standing in the corner. She was holding her bouquet, and she walked in and just burst into tears and took her finger and went.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
minute the wedding was over, she came running over and was like, "I can't believe you made this happen."
Wow.
And you're getting teary-eyed
Yeah,
telling me this story.
it's one of my favorite stories. It was my.
Well, look at the
one of my
effort that's put
favorite
into
stories.
that, though.
It
My
was
God.
so fun. And those are the payoffs that you just
Yeah,
love. You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
You
yeah.
you can't capture that
No.
moment
Behind him.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's a
It's
superhero
about
moment.
detailed effort.
Oh,
Zip
man.
lining, tree pieces,
Yeah.
broad
Yes.
bars.
The
and-
whole, the vision to even see that,
Yeah.
to make
So-
it happen. But
so
God
their
allowed
first
us to come.
their first dance was under the tree. I have that video. I'll have to show it to you sometime.
I need to see the
It was great. It was really good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we got like a 3-page letter from the parents after.
Look at that.
Saying thank you, and
Wow.
just couldn't be thankful enough.
Oh my God. Okay, Eduardo, any questions for me? I'm surprised I haven't heard from Keisha. What?
Question is, I was thinking about this. Is there a need for vowels to be written for people?
Vowels or vowels?
I thought he said vowels.
I don't know. I said
You
vowels.
mean like
Vowels.
hire someone to write them for you? Usually it's such a personal thing. You know, it's a message that they have to each other. So
Absolutely.
I think that becomes, I think if I was a bride and I was getting married and my groom went and had somebody else write his vows, I'd be like,
Yeah,
"What,
absolutely.
you don't know your own words
Come
to
on.
say?
Yeah, yeah. Why are we here?
You don't
That's
know
the
why
case.
you want to marry me?
Yeah, some girl
Red
that
flag.
picture.
Have you ever had to coach? I'm sorry, I have to ask this.
Oh,
A bride and a groom because things were going real
I
bad.
had a bride call me one time and said, "I need you to come meet me now," 2 days before the wedding. She's in her 50s. This is her third wedding.
Oh, this is all going wrong.
And we meet in the parking lot of the venue, and she said, "I'm not going to get married."
Oh.
And I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "He wants me to sign a prenup." She just dumped it on me yesterday.
Hold on, you be getting some good clients and coins, David.
So
Okay.
I was like, "Well, wait." I said, "Think about this for a minute." I said, "You're 50 in your 50s.
You told her this?
Yeah, this is your
Hold
third
on,
wedding.
hold on.
Come on.
This is your third wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be realistic.
Sure.
In actuality, you have your own home, your own life, your own job, your children in college. You know, you should have a prenup for him too. You should
Come
both
on
have
now.
one. It doesn't mean he doesn't
Flip it.
love you. You both just have your own lives. So you should cover each other. I mean, he's been married before. You've been married before. Let's, be realistic.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So-
that's
What happens then?
And so she did the same thing, and she did a prenup as well, and everybody was happy, and I talked her off the cliff. but
Come on
She was,
now. That's
I
good.
said, you cover yourself. That's all he's doing. You've been married 3 times.
Yeah.
Just, it is what it is, right?
You know what? This is real. Okay.
right.
You have a question
That's
for
real
us?
talk.
Yes,
though.
I do. What are some of your favorite venues?
Oh.
My same question.
Let's see.
Ooh,
I
what are some favorite venues?
I love the Bryan Museum down on the island. There is a beautiful
Down in
glass
Galveston.
atrium conservatory. We just did a wedding down there. The whole building is glass. It's got chandeliers.
That's my
It
thing.
is ridiculous beautiful.
Is it expensive for a budget conscious bride?
It's pricey.
Okay.
Yeah, and then something that you have to look at there is you have to bring in catering, bartenders,
The whole nine
all of that
yards,
stuff.
yeah.
There's nothing there already.
So it's just an open venue.
One of my favorite venues in the city is the Bell Tower on 34th.
Yeah. I
They
looked at
are
that.
they are amazing. They
Yeah.
really are.
That was an option.
Expensive.
And they're all inclusive though.
Are they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have the catering there. The food is amazing. They do the bars for you, so you literally only need them, They have day of planning services as well.
Yeah.
You need them and your design vendor, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it kind of streamlines it a little bit.
Yeah,
But
but they're
the
still
venue-
pricey though.
They're pricey.
'Cause we
yeah.
looked at them and
yeah,
we like,
they are.
yeah.
So that's a beautiful one. The Astorian downtown is beautiful.
Astorian, that has like,
Yes.
yeah, real cool
Yeah,
look too.
the
Okay.
loft kind of feel,
Right?
house kind of
Yes.
feel. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Right.
We've been in that one since its inception. We actually did the first bridal shoot in there before the venue was even open.
Wow.
And it ended up being on the cover of Weddings in Houston magazine.
A lot of his work is actually print. You've got to see his website. I mean, well, website as well as Facebook. How can they find you?
Yeah, if you want to see us on Facebook, that's probably where you're going to see the fastest updates because every time we do a wedding, we end up posting there. And that would just be Rexberry Luxury Weddings and Events on Facebook. And then if you want to see our website, it's www.rexberryevents.com. You can also email us for any inquiries at info@rexberryevents.com.
And I tell you what, his work is, when you see it, you're going to go, okay, this is on some other level. Because the things that come are things that you just don't see. A lot of the work that I see is absolutely beautiful by so many different, creative event planners. But when you see David's work, it's a level in this class, and it's just a level in the way you do your decor. It becomes romantic. And I think that's the word. It's not just
Yep.
glitz and glam.
Right.
You have a romance factor to
Right.
what you do.
We really do.
Yeah,
so
you do.
many of the other people in the city, will pull inspiration from people in the United States, from the competition and so forth. We try to really, we try to step outside the box.
Sure.
And we look at what's going on over in Dubai, what they're doing weddings there, what's going on in Europe, what's happening in Italy.
Oh,
and
excuse
Spain.
me.
So when we pull those elements over, you really get that old world, beautiful, fluffy, floral that brides all love.
Okay.
Brides love flowers. I haven't met a bride yet that said I don't want any flowers at my wedding.
Right.
Wow. Okay. So wait, it's more than that. Okay. We have a caller in. Callers calling in for you. Good morning. You're listening to Rise Up and Pray with Wendy J. Turner and Hope Overheard. Who is it?
Hi, this is Ed Mathis.
Hi, Ed. Good morning.
What's up, Ed?
Good morning. How are you?
We're all. How's everybody?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thanks for calling in.
Well, thank you for taking my call. I wanted to speak to your guest. Does he know who I am?
I don't think so. I
don't
kind of
think
like
so.
it.
Yeah. So tell
Well,
me.
He
I
doesn't.
will tell you,
I'm
sir,
about to start
you
crying.
did some phenomenal work for my wife and I for our wedding in December.
Oh, wow.
It was.
Oh, he's calling.
That's great. That is great.
Well, we were just two kids who just wanted to, do a little courthouse,
Uh-huh.
say some vows, and of course the church was not having it. They were like, no, you're going to do this whole thing for real. And I could not even begin to prepare for all that they and you did. We are still touched. We talk about your decorations, your flowers every day.
Well, thank you so much. That's wonderful to hear. It's always nice because, you deal with people right up to the wedding and then you don't really hear much after. Sometimes you do once they're expecting or something like that and they call and say we have to do a baby shower, but it's so nice to hear a thank you after the fact. So I'm so glad you guys were happy.
Oh.
We were touched and moved. Thank you for all your hard work. They were beautiful.
Oh,
They were
thank you
absolutely-
so much. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Great.
When you have a groom that was married call in to thank you for the
that's
work you do,
wonderful.
that's saying
I love
something,
it.
David.
Love it. I love it.
I
Thank
want to
you.
know what dresses are too much. You're booked for the summer. What's your favorite time to do a wedding?
Let's see. Probably, what's funny is Houston's a little different than a lot of the rest of the world.
Yes.
As far as like the wedding season.
Yes.
October is a huge wedding month for Houston because the weather's nicer. It starts
Sure.
to get cool a little bit.
Yeah.
And then our season happens a little earlier after the first of the year too. Like March and April tend to be a little busier for weddings versus once you get into June.
Wow.
June weddings are known everywhere, everywhere else. That's what you think of when you think of weddings. But it's a little hot down here by the time June gets around.
The bride is the devil. She's hot, mad, and I am too.
And brides will say, well, I'm getting married inside. I'm like, girl, you still got to get from the car to the inside. With the hair and the
Yes,
nail.
yes.
And
Yes.
And there are questions everywhere. I believe you have a question.
Yes.
Shalonda, talk to us.
Okay, so what do you do when you don't have a lot of time to plan a wedding? Say you fall in love and it's like it's happening and we have less than a year, let's say 6 months.
You know what? the funny thing is the time for decor has really shrank. It used to be a year out. Now really what we're dealing with is more like the 9 month to 6 month. I've even done 3 month out. I've got one that's happening in July. You know, so it's as long as it's 2 weeks out, I can order flowers. Other than that, it can get a little tricky. But we can always make it happen.
Question. Go for it.
What has been your favorite theme wedding?
Oh gosh. So I did a
He lights up, y'all. He lights
I did
up.
a Game of Thrones wedding.
Did you?
And it was at the Bell Tower.
Really?
What I told her, I said, and it's the same with any theme wedding, I don't want it to end up looking like a kid's birthday party. Right? So I'll take elements of what that concept is, but then convert it into like a wedding theme and make it beautiful.
Wow.
So Game of Thrones was really fun. That one was funny because the groom had something that he had to have, and it was the banners for the different houses, right? So the bride's like, I don't want those in my wedding reception. What are we gonna do? So if you've been in the bell tower, you know there's that upper rail around there. I hung them all around the upper rail so he saw them. But then when you took pictures, they weren't in any of the photographs.
He accommodated.
Do you see
There you
this?
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Wow, this is good stuff.
But my absolute favorite again was at the bell tower, and it was this past one, the Harry Potter wedding. It was amazing.
Can we see that on
Yep,
Facebook?
you can see there's
Wow.
a whole
I
album
know.
created. And there's custom china with the different houses for, it's really cool. The detail in this wedding was ridiculous. I will say we special ordered a 92-foot red carpet runner for the bride to walk down. It, from the doors that she was gonna step down and step onto the carpet, it showed up at 3:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon, and the wedding people were starting to arrive in the room at 4:30. We were literally unrolling it as people were getting ready to walk in the door.
I don't know you have that kind of stress.
And everybody was
really
like, just axe it, just don't do it. I was like, no, guys, that's the one thing I told this bride is she's going to step onto a red carpet and float down the aisle.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to
One of the
not do it.
promises.
Yeah. The other day I was like, just don't do it. Just, she won't mind. I was like, yeah, she will. That's one of the big things I sold her on.
I saw on the news the other day there was a wedding party of all of the queens or it was like the Cinderella, all the whole
fun.
it was
The
a whole
princess.
the
Disney
princesses,
princesses,
all the Disney characters. It was a whole wedding party.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it was amazing. We had one when had red hair, one had the all the different colored hairs.
So it was
with
Snow White,
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Yeah, I never even thought of something like that for a wedding, but
That's
it
fun.
was so unusual
Yeah.
to see something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
You know what, sis? I can't believe it. Again, this is why we're having our issue. We only have 1 minute left before 7 o'clock. We only played one song because I have questions about dresses. What does David really think about some of the things he's seen that he had to just bless himself through? Can you believe it?
I can't believe it went by that fast.
It went,
I want to come back.
We want you back.
Yeah, please come back.
All right.
Yes.
We want you back. Part two, David.
Yes,
Sounds
absolutely.
You know
great.
what? It might need to happen. So I tell you what. You tell us when you can, but you're always welcome here.
Okay.
Because what we didn't get to showcase, so to speak, is your heart.
Okay.
And it's big. The way you flower bombed us and the way you just loved on us shows us who you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we love you. You're listening to the new Amazing 102.5 FM. I'm Wendy J. Turner. Until we meet again, but never from his presence. We love you. David, take us out and say bye for now.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye for now.